it is the emotion of non-emotion. There's no caring. There's a feeling of disconnect, and apathy can be pretty dangerous, I think.
Just like a not recognizing of anything, or just like a not, a movement towards nothing, kind of like a whatever kind of attitude, you know?
Apathy to me means kind of like a disconnect to the world, where there's just no motivation to really make any action.
To me, I think it could mean not having feelings towards something, but I think it means kind of like suppressing the feelings that even before you might feel them, just being like, I don't feel anything, and refusing to have emotion about it.
Oh, that question makes me uncomfortable because I'm so apathetic.
Escape. Apathy for me is very close to just escapism. I think that's, I remember when I was young, like when I was 16, 17, I really got into the game Sims. And that was when it was first coming out. And Sims was like essentially you got to play God, right? But there's something so apathetic about Sims, and that you're making people fall in love and hate each other and like have extreme emotions, but you feel nothing except for like the puppet master. So like for me, that is apathy. Is in any way like not feeling emotion. Yeah, letting things happen in the world without having an emotional response to it.
I think I'm infiltrated by so much, as far as like turning on the computer or listening to the news, and there's so much going on, and there's so many things you wish you could do to help or to change, and you just feel like maybe overburdened by it, like it's an overwhelming thing. So why not do the opposite, which is just shut off to it and try and focus on your bubble, your life, the people around you, the smaller communities.
Well, I think you're always safe in the internet, and I think you can always be anonymous and write your little comments, but to actually make change out in the real world, it has to be you have to be passionate about it. It has to really create this urge for you to just make people aware that this is not right.
I don't know, just at the very basic level of it, I don't think as human beings we were created for isolation. You know, and so it's like we have all these things that like, you know, allow us to like isolate ourselves from everybody else. Like I'm special, or I'm an individual because of this or this or that. Or, you know, or technology too, where I'm like, I'm in this and I'm looking at this screen, I'm involved, right? But I'm not really, you know, because people need each other. Like that's just like, it's cheap, but it's basic. It's like, you know, I mean, whether we were created or whether we came from apes or whatever, why is there millions of us, you know? It's like, because we are meant to be in relation to each other, I believe, you know? And it's like, and when we're not, I think that just gives group apathy, because then it's like, because what's the point then, right?
I feel like everyone just feels safe and comfortable in their ways, and they don't really get to take a step back.
And I think that the more we talk about it, even though it gets more like maybe obscure, going into a different world that we're creating, it's still kind of making us kind of confront like, why isn't our generation a little bit more confrontational?
I think a lot is going on behind the scenes in our society that either we're not aware of, we don't really care to search for the information for, but that if we found out about and we actually cared about, we would be pretty angry. And maybe if we were angry enough, we as young people in America could pull together and try and make some changes.
I think the goal to not be apathetic is a good one, and to acknowledge the fact that oftentimes you can be apathetic and it's not different from other people.
It calls for a moment of humility, you know? You know, if we don't have examples of that in our society, like, why would we think that it's a good thing, you know? Or like that it's acceptable. Like, for example, like in our government, if we don't see examples of like humility, you know, or humbleness, you know, to certain things that are powerful, they're bigger than us, you know, because there are things that are bigger than us, you know? And it's just like, if we don't have like humility towards that, then we are all powerful, you know, or whatever. And it's like, Yeah. So
We're all powerful and unifiedly powerless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.